So good morning, all of you. Dr. Karthika, faculty,
Yes.
and my dear students and staff. I welcome you all for today's webinar on financial wellness of younger generation by Dr. Karthika, SEBI resource person. As per the topic, what I understood, she is going to address younger generation only, not older generation like us. So try to understand there is a lot of focus on younger generation with respect to investments. Why? Because starting investment at early age, like your age, you learn a kind of financial planning, financial independence, and discipline. So never think we are not earning as of now and how madam is asking us to invest. Okay, so whatever the little amount of money invested now will put more money in your pocket in the future. So the earlier you start, the easier it is to build wealth. So Miss Dr. Karthika, she'll be highlighting the ways and means of being financially well at this age. So this is very useful session for your better planning of your future. So I thank Dr. Karthika for accepting our invitation to address all of you. Thank you, Karthika, and I hand over the session to Dr. Venupriya.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now I would like to request J. Swati to introduce our today's guest.
Good morning, one and all. Good morning, one and all. It is my privilege to introduce our today's guest speaker, Dr. P. Karthika, Assistant Professor, Finance, School of Management Studies, Congo Engineering College in Tamil Nadu. She is qualified in BSc, MBA, PhD, and she is also a SEBI resource person and NCFE trainer. She has an innovative and knowledgeable professional 10 years experience as a teaching faculty and under the teaching technical universities affiliated colleges. She has a proficient in financial derivatives, financial markets and institutions. She has business analytics and research methodology. She is also National Stock Exchange certified market professional for conducting resource person for more than 30 workshops in various colleges. She has published 20 papers in various national, international level conference seminars. Thank you, ma'am. Once again, I welcome you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Swati.
Shall I start it, ma'am?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Please.
And very good morning to all. I'm very happy to see you all people and connected virtually. And I thank to the Professor Vijayalakshmi ma'am because ma'am is today given me the opportunity to interact with your students under the heading of financial planning for the younger generation. And really, I'm happy that Venupriya ma'am is very frequently updated. Ma'am, your schedule is next week like that because long back we confirmed. So madam is very frequently updated, maybe once in a week or to our setting. Your entire coordination is very, very beautiful and awesome, ma'am. Thank you, Vijayalakshmi ma'am, because if you are not supporting us to do this program, definitely it is not possible by today. Okay, I would like to start the session. I'm sharing the screen. Ma'am, please, Voila Shravya ma'am, allow me to share my screen.
Yes, ma'am. I'm trying, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, I hope my screen is visible. And also my my request,
Yes,
please, ma'am, take a snapshot of the screen. This is our responsibility. We have to send to the Bombay Stock Exchange.
Okay, ma'am.
screens are done, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We are done.
Yes. So this program is sponsored by Bombay Stock Exchange under the IAP section. So today we are going to discuss about financial planning for the younger generation. Why the topic is need? Okay, because you are graduated, you might you are do post graduating, you might postgraduate also. After that, also there is a lack in financial literacy. Why I am telling there is a lack in financial literacy? There is a recent survey says that out of 75% of literated people, that means Indian literacy rate, average literacy rate is 75%. So though that in India we reached a literacy level of more than 75%, the financial literacy is only 20 to 25%. What it says that, so more than 50% of the literated one, they're poor in financial planning. So the very recent years, okay, not only the Bombay Stock Exchange, like we know other market regulators, SEBI, okay, RBI, these two stock exchanges, prominent stock exchanges, okay, NSE and BSE and NCFE, they are doing these kind of financial planning session to the younger generation. Ma'am, one doubt, am I addressing to the background of BCom based or MBA students or other stream, ma'am?
Even
Yes, ma'am.
BTech.
BTech students also there, ma'am.
BTech students also there. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So I hope you are hearing about the financial market. So they to make financial market is functioning well. So we have the set of regulatories. All these of set of regulatories, they are showing and they are doing as a prominent role of educating the potential investor. Okay, so on that behalf, today we are doing this session with the help of Bombay Stock Exchange. So let me go with investment. So investment means the people like not only the MBA students or not only those have knowledge in the market, capital market, they will go away because they have the other concepts in terms of investment. Investment means they feel that those are all having the huge money in their hand. That means investment means people think that they need a lot of money to invest in them, invest in the various asset classes. So actually that is not there. Okay, actually that is not there. Even a simple middle class family, like the monthly they are able to generate a 20,000 rupees, they can beautifully plan their investment strategy. They can able to invest into the various asset classes. So what is investment? Investment is nothing but channelizing our savings. I hope we know savings and all, even irrespective of the elective, the people will can understand what is savings. So the savings is the properly channelizing your savings into the various asset classes. So like we are calling as a investment. Yeah, investment is nothing but saving your money in fixed deposit, saving your money in equities, saving in your money in mutual funds and gold, etc. All the asset classes, whatever it is available. Yeah, why that investment? Okay, why you need you have to save your money in fixed deposit, you have to save your money in equities, your mutual fund and gold, like that different asset classes. The basic simple, every month there are some income to each and everybody. The income might be salary or they might be generated through the self-employment. Somewhat the source of income will be different. So if we are not planning of savings, what we'll do, we will spend because money is ideal with home. For example, we are earning monthly 50,000 rupees, we don't have any commitment, any financial commitment. What usually people will do, they can spend it. So whatever they can earn, they won't save it for the future because they don't have a fixed commitment over the investment. What usually people will do, either they leave it ideally or they can spend unwantedly. That will happen. If that will happen, what is the impact? The impact is like that. Yeah, okay, so the investor or doing or they surviving without an investment objective. It's like a traveler who is traveling without knowing destination. So this is what will happen. So the traveler is simply traveling without knowing the destination where he has to go. What will happen? Time is waste. The money what he spent for a travel plan, all those things waste. Finally, the entire effort what he put for into was journey, that will also go waste. So it's a very very simple example. If we will start a career, okay, or we are running a career, that means our life and just career life or personal life without having any kind of financial commitment towards investment, definitely what will entire, okay, life is waste, because we are hard earned money, we are not properly channelizing into the asset classes. Ultimately that money is ideal, that what will it won't give you, or it won't extend a help in the future. So this session we will discuss about why we have to invest. So first of all, inflation of the country, okay. The investment, you see, money value, you know that inflation is it's nothing but all the goods and services values are keep on increasing, but our money value is not increasing. So what will happen? Money value is it's a stable, it is not increasing. But what, well, inflation is increasing. If you keep ideally your money value, what will happen? Okay, the 500 rupees you are keeping at home today, the next year also it's a 500 rupees. But today what, 500 rupees, what and all we are able to buy it. I think it is for we are able to go for the movie, 500 rupees is sufficient. But next year the same 500 rupees is not sufficient to go to the movie, because movie ticket is increased, or like some or movie ticket value is increased, or some, yeah, so because of inflation, what happened? All goods and services values increasing, but our money value is not increasing. So what we have to do? So to beat the inflation, we have to invest our money in the proper asset classes. Second one. So don't think bad about, because for the youngsters, I'm speaking about retirement planning, because every one of us, we are in the position to face our retirement. So that means we have to plan and well, we have to plan in advance. That is day one when you are joining in the job. That time itself, you should think and you should plan about retirement. So then only in a later period, you are able to lead financially stable life. So that is what for the today we will discuss a few asset classes what are available for the retirement planning. Next one, as I told, it is unplanned expenses. So unplanned expenses is nothing but if you don't have any financial commitment, you will spend unnecessarily. You will spend luxury items. For example, people are always going back or grace like branded iMobiles, iPhones, like that. It is, see, I'm not blaming that you don't buy it iPhones, but you also check with your financial position and the product what you are thinking to buy it. You think it whether it is that expenses is need for your growth, or that particular spending will give you benefit to your career, or give you benefit to your day-to-day activity, or something it's need and useful to your life. You spend it the money. Or if it is not necessary, then don't spend the money, because how much we can earn today, that is not at all it is matter. So why I'm saying how much we can earn, that is not at all matter, because the monthly a person is earning 1 lakh rupees, at the end of the month he is also in the empty hand. The month, okay, the person who's earning monthly like 30,000, in the end of the month he also is empty hand. So what is happening here? The environment is like that. So how much we earn, that is not at all sufficient. Okay, so now what you have to do, that you are in the position to reduce this portion expenses. Okay, so the expenses should be reduced. If not, the savings is a dream. Savings won't happen. If savings won't happen, investment definitely won't happen. If investment is not there, okay, life will be what we can. It is a, I'll feel it's a painful. Why I'm saying no investment, it's a life is a painful, because we won't understand the value of the money in the young age, because background support is there, parents are there, or an young age. We don't think about plan it properly, our savings, so we will spend. Once we cross the age of 40 years, that time we feel it, okay, almost in your career, that time would be you crossed 10 years. So that time you feel that what is you saved for money, how you can plan it further life. If you've not done any savings up, okay, until the age of 40, it will give some sort of frustration. Okay, you are not happy, you won't happy at your present job, you want to start at something else, you want to do, you don't have much sufficient money in your hand, or you don't have sufficient money to manage your family expansion, or some family commitment. That time it will give frustration, life will be painful. So here, every one of us, we should understand how to reduce the expenses. Simply do a monthly budgeting and reduce unwanted expenses. Definitely the income, so whatever we are earning, that is 20 to 30%, irrespective of the salary or irrespective of the income range. I'm speaking that 20 to 30% of our monthly income to be converted as an investment for sustainable financial life. Okay. Yeah. Next one, financial plan. So again, why that financial plan? We are almost spending our life up to 20 years for studies. The parents will tell us to study well, get a good mark, okay, get a good college, and get a job. All for what? What we are doing all those things? Why we are doing all those things? To get good earning, okay, to lead a happy life. So that, see, again, our commitment, all our life's goal, it's towards earnings and savings money. See, I'm not just be speaking everything in money related item. Think practically. We are school days, college days, working very hard. What is that? Ultimately, we are doing that. We are earning. So that earning should be properly channelized as a savings. If not, entire life effort, what you put it, it's went vain. It will go off. It will be in vain only. So that, so everyone, we have the smart financial plan. So what is a smart financial plan? So smart in the sense, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time bound. I will say smart is a specific, measurable, attainable, okay, attainable, and realistic and time bound. So what, for example, I am planning to, my monthly salary is, one example, it is 30,000. It is my monthly income or my salary, whatever may be cases. So so what I am planning, it is my range. I am planning to buy a car of rupees, okay, 1 crore rupee. So think is, I'm a salaried employee, okay, my monthly salary is 30,000. So my plan to buy a car worth of 1 crore rupees within 5 years period. This is one example. Look at me. It is, yes, what I have to planning car. What is the worth? 1 crore rupees. What is the time need? 5 years. Is it my realistic? Is it the A? Is it realistic, my plan? I am saying it is not realistic, because my income and my dream, it should not matching. Okay. So for the salaried class employee aiming at to get a 1 crore rupee car for the, and planning to buy, okay, within the next 5 years, it's not at all possible. So set our financial goal based upon our income range. Okay, our financial goal should be specific. Okay, it should be measurable, it should be attainable. Okay, it should be attainable, and it should be realistic. That should be there. Okay, and time bound, we have to fix the time bound for all of, for example, the same cases, I may plan to buy the middle class car segment, like it is 8 lakh rupees, next 5 years, that is fine. That is realistic to me, then attainable by myself. So that is what we are calling is the financial plan should be smart. Either maybe car, or it is you are planning to buy a home, or you want to set up business, everything to be in your range. So that we should understand, everybody. Ma'am, yes.
Yeah, ma'am.
If it is end by 3 minutes, I can just reset again, ma'am. Okay, that I thought others won't get any kind of disturbance. It will be resumed again. Yes, ma'am. That will be fine.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
So we can understand the importance of financial planning and how it is rewarded. As I told that please, every one of us, we should know our income, but each and every family and each and every individual, we are different. We are not similar like others in terms of income and in terms of expenses. Okay, each and every family, they have their own income capacity and their own expenditure level. So before putting a commitment, for example, buying a car or building the house or do an investment, anything else, we should fix it. Okay, our own cash inflow and outflow. So what is our income, what is our expenses, what will that, how that expenses will be expanded in terms of future responsibility. So all based upon that, we have to plan about. Okay, so we have to creating of the wealth. So the creating of the wealth will basically, we should understand one's income and one's expenditure. Yeah, once you identified your income and your expenses every month, then you can identify, so you can plan about what is the possible amount of your savings. So for example, out of 30,000, you are planning to invest 10,000 rupees every month. Then you can identify the opportunities. So what are the different asset classes are available to you to invest it? This is the third one. Why I'm saying that? Because if you are start to invest in early age, okay, it will provide a lots of so lot of accumulated value or return over the future period. So, and also we will explain in later words how one should invest in the different kind of asset classes. That concept of portfolio we will explain. And also not only invest, so not only investment, the production also need. Okay, not only investment, the production also need. So what is a production? Production, I'm speaking about insurance. So insurance also need for everybody's life. So today's session we will discuss about, so what are the basic insurance as a student you should aware and you should take. So that we will discuss in a later part. So before going to that, okay, before going to see about different asset classes, what is available to us in a younger generation, we will just think about, so what one should not do it. So these are all the some investment. Okay, no one should engage, no one should involve it. So every time in the newspaper you see that, okay, fraud, financial fraud, cheating of the people's money. Every time you will notice that, you will in it's pan India, one another places, any, okay, it will happening very frequently and repetitively. So what and all that? One is money circulation scheme. So what is money? Yeah. So very frequently we are reading in the newspaper, many people, they are collected the deposit out of money circulation scheme. Like money circulation scheme is nothing but you will depositing the money with that unregistered company or the third party. You are joining and referring others, you will get a commission. So all this is called multi circulation, multi-level marketing, network marketing. So I hope somebody are using Anate. Wait. One minute.
Hello, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. That somebody started to use annotation, so I just disabled that, ma'am. Okay. Yes. Uh, like that. That is my. So you MLM, network marketing. These are not very good concept in really marketing the product. Okay, like now it is. Many products they are not going with the advertisement everything they will doing a marketing with multi MLM and network marketing and all, but here this is wrong in terms of investment. Okay, so it's a simply I'm telling that what is a fraud scheme, what is a Ponzi scheme is nothing but promising of providing the higher rate of interest. Okay, promising of providing the higher rate of interest and collecting the money from the public. Actually, who and all eligible person to collect the money? Banks, NBFCs, okay, financial institution. They are registered and regulated by our regulatory authorities like RBI and SEBI. They are and insurance companies. They are the eligible one to collect the deposit. But actually, what is happening in the name of jewel scheme or in the name of real estate scheme or something? Okay, they are coming with a different new schemes. They will tell you that if you deposit 1 lakh rupees, they are promising like providing 8,000 rupees as a monthly interest. See, this all I'm just telling the real story. It is happening in the market in your locality also. Either one form they are collecting the money from the public and promising to provide a higher return. It won't happen. Why? Finally, what the people will lose their money. So if you don't invest also, it's fine, but don't go back these kind of schemes. Okay, because finally you will lose your hard-earned money. So that is my advice over here. So that then what is a good investment? So good investments means for very small amount we have to do it systematically, longer period. Okay, we should invest, okay, our money into a different asset classes. For example, I just put one portfolio for you. One is monthly 500 rupees. I'm just planning 500 rupees for RD. It is available in the banks, recurring deposit. NPS, we will discuss in coming days. Or 1,000 rupees, 1,000 rupees in the NPS. This is for 500 rupees. This is for 1,000 rupees. National pension system. And other one is they can put gold related investment scheme, 500 rupees. Then they can plan about mutual fund. Mutual fund, they will invest about 500 rupees. Okay, then yeah, so like insurance, I will tell you that very basic, okay, very basic insurance in that coming. There is a monthly like 1,000 rupees towards that protection of you and your family members. Okay, and very important, share market equity. So monthly 500 rupees in the shares. So this is called, it is a portfolio. Look at that one. They will investing into the fixed RD, recurring deposit. It is a very safe. NPS, towards their retirement plan, they are investing into the NPS, national pension system. That is 1,000 rupees. Gold related investment every month 500 rupees. So this is called portfolio. So for how much, the totally my plan is 500,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. So I just proposing a plan like 4,000 rupees. It's possible by every one of us. Okay, so this is what simply you are splitting your investment money into the various asset classes and investing into the longer period. So don't be greedy. You can't be crowbody within a short term period by making an investment into the marketable asset classes. Have a reasonable expectation. That means rate of return. You are expecting 15% over the longer over the 3 years period in the market related investment. It is it's reasonable. You are expecting you should be double your money within a 1 year period. It won't happen in the market. Okay. So the next thing is don't borrow the money to invest. So especially people are very greedy. So they will borrow the money and they will do the investment. That is a highly risky. That won't work out. Okay, so invest regularly, start early. This is the concept we should be. Start early. We should do it in a younger age. So that will give you a good return over the longer period and a later age. So that is what it is a very good principles for investing. So next, very simple example. If you are keeping a money into savings bank account, so what will happen? For example, one person is investing a 1 lakh rupees in the savings account. He is keeping the money in the savings account. For example, it is like 4% is interest the bank is providing. At the end of the year, it will be 1 lakh 4,000. But average inflation itself 5%. So what will happen? Your money value is okay 97,000. So I just leave it. This is also the tax almost more than 10, that's more than 10,000 rupees you are getting an interest earning. That time only the tax is applicable. So less than 10,000 rupees as an interest income, there is no tax. So like your cumulative value is 1 lakh 4,000, inflation is 5,000, so your money value is 99,000. So what it has happened, though you invested today 1 lakh rupees, next year your value is 99,000 because of inflation. So what it is says that you choose the asset class. How you can choose the asset class for investment? Which asset class is providing a return which is more than that inflation of the country? That is a good investment strategy. Even you are just doing a very small amount, longer period, please always check that the particular asset class is providing the rate of return which is more than that inflation. But as of now, bank savings account, in though it is FD is also providing 5.5%. It is not beat the country's inflation. So I'm not telling that don't keep in the money into the savings bank account or in the form of FD or some other RDs and all. It is need for the safety. So in your portfolio, one part in the form of FD or in the form of RD is good, but not entire thing. The second one, if it is your finance students or your MBA background, you might know the power of compounding. Okay, that is means compounding is nothing but interest over the interest. For example, today you invested 1,000 rupees. Okay, at the end of the year, 8% interest means it's 8 rupees. So 1,008 is the your accumulated value. For the next period, the interest is calculated 8% over your accumulated value. So that is called compound interest rating. So compound interest is the best, okay, for long-term investment. So one example, this is an example only, this is not an asset class, but this example will understand you how compound interest will multiply your earnings. Okay, for example, the age of 25, he's starting to invest every month 1,000 rupees up to his age of 60. Okay, that is the case. His contribution is 4,20,000, that is monthly 1,000 rupees from the age of 25 to 60 years. At the age of 60, what is the accumulated value? 23 lakhs. That to 8% rate of return. You might ask me how it can be possible. Yes, it can be possible because of power of compounding. The same thing the person is initiating at a later age, at the year of 40. What is total saving? What is accumulated value? Both this is very less comparing to the one who started very, very young age. So look at that. So this is a difference. So this example make you to understand how, okay, savings in the early age make you to feel comfortable in your later period with the higher accumulated amount. So it is for only 8%. Same, it would be 15% of rate of return. Same example, we are applying the 15% of rate of return. What will be the accumulated amount? 1 crore 48 lakhs. Then you might ask me, okay, is it realistic? Definitely this question will come. So how it is 1 crore 48% for 15% of rate of? Yes, it is possible. That is called, it is a cumulative rate of return. Okay, it is a compound interesting. That power of compound interesting will work better for the people who start investing in the young age and they are keep on doing very systematically for a longer period. Okay, and few people might doubt it. So how 15% of rate of return? Which are the asset classes will provide the 15% of rate of return? This question is, it's a realistic. I will say it is a realistic. Yes, I will say it is a realistic. I will tell you in the end of my presentation. So what are the asset classes which will give 15% of rate of return over the period of time? So now we are moving to the one example, which asset class providing the compound interest rate. Okay. Yeah. So this NPS available from all the banks wherever you have the bank account. Okay, you are able to take this, okay, National Pension System, the NPS account for you. So nowadays it is available through mobile banking on internet banking. You don't need to visit banker for opening the pension account for you. So you don't think about that. It's you. I'm just suggesting it's a very early period. It is a right age. If you do monthly like 1,000 rupees, 2,000 rupees, it will be accumulate larger money over the period of time. So let we have an example. So see, before have an example, I will tell you that this scheme is introduced by the government of India. Okay, it was introduced in the year 2004. From the inspection, this scheme is providing more than 10, okay, percentage as a rate of return. So look at that small example. A young guy, the age of 25 years, he want to plan about retirement. So he's joined in the NPS and he's saving into monthly 2,000 rupees for the next 30 years. So as I told this scheme is providing more than 10% of rate from the inspection, but from the inception it's providing more than 10. But here, for example, I just reduced and put 9%. For that, it is accumulated wealth is 36 lakhs 38,000. So look at this. Contribution is 2,000 rupees every month, but the accumulated value is high. So you can understand the compounding, power of compounding. So at the age of 55, that means at the end of the tenure, that person might use it for this entire amount for any other purpose, or they can keep it with 80% of the this amount might be kept in the bank. Okay, for getting a pension of 25,000 rupees every month from the banker itself. So this is a one good plan. It's by with so it's with the this scheme is introduced by the government. This will understand how the power of compounding works well for the youngsters who are all willing to do a savings. Next one, this question of 15% of rate of return over the period of time. Is it possible or not possible? I say it is possible. Why I'm saying that possible? You just look at the screen. I'm just to display the screen, the Sensex point. So when it is okay, look at the 20 years now, 2020. Leave it 20 years back. I'm just long term because all I suggested no previously NPS and all like 20 years. So look at that. In the 20 years time period, then Sensex point here almost 10,000. I hope it is a 10,000. Now, what is this today's? I just put it today's is like 49,000. It's like 50,000. I just put it as a round figure 50,000. Is it not grown? Yes, it's grown. So what is the growth rate? 17% of, okay, compounded annual growth rate of Sensex is 17%. Okay, Sensex point alone, it is 17% compounded growth rate is there. Why not market related asset classes? For example, shares, mutual funds, okay, this NPS. Why not? It will provide good return. Okay. Okay, so in a long term, if you invest into the equity shares, you can invest into the mutual fund in long term or other market related securities. It will provide 15% of return over the long term period. Yeah, I hope I addressed that that is the 15% is a return is realistic or not. It is a realistic return only. So now it's not too late. Don't worry about it because so now I hope you are going to be graduated. After that you will get a good job. Okay, I wish you all. So that after that your bound duty is you do a investment. So the man, it is very famous in the world and he is so famous for investment, and also he called the father of investment Warren Buffett. He started his investment at the age of 11. But today we are, I hope, 20 plus. That means you are, I'm not 20 plus, you are, it is a 20 or 19 plus. So please plan it. Okay, again I'm repeating, investment is not meant for high rich people, it for all. Okay, it for all. So please rewrite the formula. Okay, income minus savings, the remaining what is there, you spend it expenses, then only you will be lead a happy life in the future. So here we will discuss very few little uh, asset classes, so which is available for making investment. So first asset class, I'm just want to speak about insurance. So why I'm just putting insurance is one of the asset class itself. Insurance is provider production. You, so production is need for everyone's life. If we alive, if we are safe, then only we can able to safeguard the other members in the, suppose we are not in the alive, how the financial burden will be reduced. So that will make, okay, that financial burden of our dependent will reduced by taking the insurance policy. So I'm not marketing you guys to go and take insurance, but before taking the insurance we should understand some terminologies. Okay, because in India, so recent research survey says that, that is survey done among the insurance policy holder, many of them, they are recorded their unhappiness of their scheme what they selected, because they took the scheme not by their own interest. It might be the word of by neighbors or the agent, someone is marketed, they took that policy without knowing the benefit and without knowing the purpose of the policy is taken. Then finally they are unhappy, they are feeling that the premium is going as a waste, their hard earned money they are going in the form of premium. So actually insurance is not like that. So before taking any kind of insurance, we should understand what is that particular plan, why, what risk of our life is covered by that particular plan. For one example, in wherever you are going online, very catchy advertisement is there. Every month rupees 499, the policy value is 1 crore. So one, see, the people have 1 crore rupees policy by paying only 499. Yes, I can do. The people will go blindly and take the policy. They are not knowing that what is that policy. Okay. So if it is, we are the literated, financially literate people, we know it is 499 by 1 crore means it is a term insurance. So the policy holder that took this policy at the age of 25, the tenor is up to 80 years, he's every month happily paying that, okay, 500 rupees, because he thought that he will get back 1 crore rupees after the end of the policy. But end of the policy, he is going and asking the insurance company. Insurance company said, no, nothing, no claim over this policy. Then he is panic. Why? Because it is a term insurance. The person is die between the tenor. If the 25 to 80 years in the policy period, then only the 1 crore rupees is hand over to the family members. So that is called term insurance. Term insurance only provide protection. If something happen, then only the money will go to the beneficiary. So there are a lot of policies are there, endowment policies, money back policies. Okay, all they have certain policy terms and condition. So as an individual, because we are educated one nowadays, we are able to read and make an impression, and what we do, we are failed to do that. So I want to hear enlightening you. So before buying the mobile phone, I know how you will do search. In Amazon itself, you can compare lot many things. What is the configuration? What is the memory? What is the processor? What is the camera? But the same thing yourself, and I also include myself and my family members also fail to do before purchasing a financial product. So here I'm just proposing a one website. Okay, there are a lot many websites are there, like now it is Hum e-commerce, how they are doing the business nowadays. All the financial products are available through online. So before purchasing any kind of insurance, either it is you are doing for your renewal of your two-wheeler or your four-wheeler or some other mediclaim policy or life insurance or accidental insurance, before taking that, you just compare that offer of one company with another insurance company. That is possible under the policybazaar.com. I'm not promoting this website. Okay, I just find it is very useful when I done, okay, purchasing of a renewing one is purchasing of mediclaim policy, other one is renewal of my two-wheeler. So here you just provide your all the details. Okay, and you can get it so as per your which policy you are taking, they will provide offers from the list of insurance company. See, look, I just put one policy, Mediclaim policy. Definitely every one of us, one of us in the sense of our family should covered with the Mediclaim policy. You know, Mediclaim policy used to get a cashless treatment from the hospitals. So why I'm telling the Mediclaim policy is important means because of the cost of medical facilities and the treatment what we are getting from the private hospital, it's a huge. So we should plan Mediclaim policy, that is mandatory condition for everyone. So if you are planning for your family, just you enter your detail, so you put it your range, so that time they will give the list. So one is from the Star Health for getting a 5 lakh cover for family per year. So the family should in the position to pay monthly 1060 rupees. The same, okay, HDFC ER little bit high, 100, nearly 100 rupees is high. So like that, everyone take the responsibility before purchasing any financial product. Do compare and take the best offer from the list of available service provider. So that is my suggestion. So as I told, the Mediclaim policy will help to get a cashless treatment, okay, from the hospital for the many diseases covered. But in India, there are lot many people, okay, they are not able to access these kind of private insurance because they are not able to affordability. Their affordability is very, they might be a poor they are living under the poverty line. For that, the government is introduced this scheme, Ayushman Bharat Yojana. So my kind request, if you want to help to the community surrounded to you, please check the details of that kind of peoples in the website of PMJV. If their family are eligible to access this Ayushman Bharat Yojana, you people as an educated one, you just enter there all the detail, help them to get a e-card for Ayushman Bharat Yojana. So this scheme is providing every year 5 lakh rupees, okay, per year for family. So the family will get benefited. In pan India, more than 20, okay, 20,000 hospitals are empaneled for this Ayushman Bharat Yojana. More
Our
than 1,000.
students can invest it. Our students and
More than 1,500 diseases are it's treated under that. Okay, if you are planning to so check your eligibility, you can also do it. You can do the services to your nearby community also. So next one, yeah, all my students, I suggest that please take this accidental insurance which is provided by the government, which is available in your bank itself. Okay, it's not only for the students, the people who are all under the age group of 18 to 70 years, you are eligible to take. So per year premium is only 12 rupees. All the banks Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana is available. So here we are paying very less premium, 12 rupees per year. It is not at all matter, but the coverage is 2 lakh rupees. Anything like partial disability or full disabilities happen, so that time you can get a claim from this insurance scheme. Next one, the same like it is a accidental scheme. This is for life insurance. So Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti, this is also it's Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. This is also introduced by the government. This also it's available in the bank. Wherever you have SD account, you can able to avail this. Even a normal death is happen, you can get a claim from the 2 lakh rupees. That means your family. See, I'm not making you to, because we don't understand. So out of 100 people, even it won't happen for 99 people, but one people, they might have some unexpected event like that accident or due to the death, accidental death. So from these two policy itself, we can claim 4 lakh rupees. So that it is a minimum premium is the people are paying that. So I hope you can recognize the need of these two. And third one, okay, there are some complementary insurances available for our debit card and credit card. Okay, so debit card, up to 2 lakh rupees are available. So look at that. It is either RuPay card or Visa card, whatever card you are possessing. Please visit the card issuing company, whether you are using RuPay card or like Visa card. Visit that company and check that what is the complementary insurance is associated with. So because very recently, okay, my known person is passed away through roadside accident. His family members claimed 6 lakh rupees. Okay, 6 lakh rupees from the basic insurance scheme. Like as I told, one is accidental and 330 is life, and this one for the card he used to RuPay card for that. So not uh, so this is all basic schemes available for everybody. So as an educated one, you should avail and you should tell to your family members. And coming to the credit card, there are up to 50 lakhs rupees like air travel insurance. Okay, there are different kind of insurance are available with the credit card. So how you can know that what and all insurance available? So please visit to the bank website, which bank is issued that particular credit card. There you can able to access the information of different complementary free insurance associated with your credit card. And we will discuss about mutual fund in the coming slide. Okay, for the mutual fund. So in the for the mutual fund who is doing savings like monthly 500 rupees in the systematic manner, okay, in the SIB is called systematic investment. For that also there is a complementary insurance is available. So though you are not taking any insurance from privately owned insurance houses, but you can avail at least the basic necessary insurance which is supported by the government of India. Yeah. Next one, we are moving into the first asset class, fixed income investment. So the fixed investment is nothing but you are getting a fixed rate of return of your invested amount over the period. Okay. Public Provident Fund, it is available in the bank, NSC, National Savings Certificate, Kisan Vikas Patra, F fixed deposit, National Certificate of Deposits. See, all this is are different opportunities, okay, to invest our money. Here, almost FD, we know it is now 5.5% is return. All this is Provident Fund 7.2. Monthly 500 rupees you want to invest into the Public Provident Fund, it is possible. Okay, it is as of now, it is like 7.2. So all NSE, KVP, NCD, okay, NCD, all that will provide the range of return is 7, okay, 7.2 to 7.5%. This is a present rate of interest. It is a fixed rate of interest available for these kind of asset classes, but risk is low, return is secured. So next, I'm moving into the people. Okay, you are the youngster, you have till longer lifetime period, you can go with investment into the share market. But investing into the share market has a lot of risk. Okay, investment in the share market, lot of risk. Okay, so how one should do that? Okay, how one should do that? So I just tell you guys, there is a website. Okay, you just browse in a Google. Okay, type like that, Dalal Street Online Virtual Game. Okay, so Dalal Street Online Virtual Game. So you can browse like that in the Google. You can get it. Yeah, you can get a website, TSJ website. In that, you just open your put your profile and open it. See, 10 lakh virtual money will come to your account. Okay, so 10 lakh virtual money. So this website allow you to trade with virtual money with real market values. Okay, you can able to create your portfolio in that. So you will, because money is virtual, but you are trading with the real market data. For example, today you are planning to buy Infosys, you can able to buy it. Today you are planning to buy a IRTC share, Indian Railway shares, you can able to buy it. The value is real, but money only the virtual. Then you can see, you can keep, and for next 1 year, watch the performance and book the profit. You learn all buying and selling strategy, okay, through virtual money. You learn it better. Once you will do this kind of virtual trading for 1 or 2 years, you will be better understanding, you will be expertise in all the market related information and how to select the company, how to buy it, because you are playing with the virtual money, you are learning lot of magazines, okay. So I just suggest you that magazines are available. So lot of magazines, capital market, read it and try to select the company based upon the market news and keep it for the longer time and try to book a profit with the playing of your virtual money. So that make you to understand better understanding of your stock market and how. So after that you will be very best. Then later words, when you are generating income monthly 500 rupees or monthly 1000 rupees, you invest into the share market. See, why I'm suggesting means, do you know the last 10 years there are the some okay companies belonging to these sectors, they provided 34,000 percentage of the return. Yes, you people won't able to understand. You can assume it. What is 34,000 of return? See, one example I want to tell you. Last October, I like October 2020 or when IR, you might notice that IRCTC, Indian Railway, they announced the IPO. IPO prices like it's went to 330 range, but now the market price of very recent, I think 1 year back, October only it has happened, 2019 or 20, it might be. 2019, I think so. Now the market value is rupees 1,400 is the single share price of Indian Railway. So what is this? So how so much of the price difference? Yes, because of the market. It is almost, it is more than 500 plus return is given by this company. So how come possible? Yes, it is a equity market. They provide lot of return, but selecting the company, investing it properly, that speaks matter a lot. All see, if you browse it Google, Crowberry stocks, okay, you just put it Crowberry stocks. There are some list of shares will come that will make you Crowberry in a 10 years of time period. That case studies are there. So I'm not make you to feel greedy about investing and getting a highest return, but do it very small amount. As I told that, see, for example, you are planning to 10,000 rupees you are planning to spend for going to the movie. Don't go to the movie, invest into the shares and keep it for the 10 years of period, that particular company. Definitely you can get it a good rate of return. So next one, uh, we are moving into the mutual fund. Ma'am, I hope we can able to, that means 4 minutes. After that, I resume once again. Okay, ma'am. Binu Bharati, ma'am. Sorry.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Automatically it will resume now, ma'am.
Do it, ma'am. I hope last time I done it. I like that only I do it. Resuming it. Remaining. Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So mutual fund. So usually the mutual fund is best for beginners. Why I'm saying mutual fund is best for beginners means, see, if you are investing directly into the stock market, there are a lot of risks will be involved. You can't select a good shares. You can not select a good company, and you can't do a market analysis. So what will the mutual fund is the best one, because mutual fund companies are pooling the money from your hand and they are invest into the marketable securities and the return is passed to over to the investor. So now our risk of selecting the company and setting the portfolio is moved to the mutual fund company. The fund manager will take care all those things. So here my suggestion is, the people can't do investment directly into the stocks. Okay, they can't do directly investment into the bonds. So what will do? They can able, because they want to enjoy the highest return which is provided by the stock, which is provided by the real estate, but they don't have the sufficient money directly put into these kind of asset classes. So what they will do? They can go the mutual fund. So in the mutual fund they can invest all these kind of asset classes indirectly through the mutual fund. They can able to enjoy the return. So just I want to put one example. If somebody starting with a small amount of investment like monthly 500. So they want to do it a SIB, systematic investment plan. That means every month 500, okay, in the mutual fund. In the equity scheme, equity schemes is nothing but there are the different type of mutual funds are there. Equity scheme, debt scheme, okay, mixed scheme, that is a hybrid scheme, all this thing. But younger generation, I will suggest you the equity scheme. So one is starting with SIB, monthly 500 rupees in the equity schemes. So how much return will come? You just look at that. This is a example I put it. So SIB, that is a systematic investment plan. Equity based scheme, that is your collected money is invested into the share market. If they are doing a 500 rupees every month, okay, for the next 10 years, so what will be the accumulated? Okay, 1,48,000. So I just put expected return is over the 16 over the 10 years of period, 16%. Yes. Okay, mutual fund, if you are doing for the longer period, definitely that will provide a 15+% of return over a longer period. So my question is, where you can go and buy a mutual fund? You can go and buy a mutual fund from your bank. See, either by visiting personally, you just fill the application for 500 rupees every month. You want to do particularly SIB, you can do, or you can do online. So if you are a user of the internet banking and mobile banking, you are able to do this opening of your mutual fund account, okay, and your folio number will be assigned to you. You can open your mutual fund account and track it. What are the units in your account? Everything now it is possible. Okay, the two ways there to buy the mutual fund: directly going to the bank, or you can purchase through online. Yes, ma'am. So less than 1 minute is there. I just again 1 minute it will end. I request you all the guys to rejoin again with the same link. I hope we will take another 5 to 10 minutes to wind to complete the session. Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I hope for India, the gold is a very, very precious investment, and it is a safety and heaven. We can speak it is a yellow metal. Very all people are emotionally attached with the investment of gold. And also, so I'm telling that if anybody planning to invest in the gold in the for a longer period, for a small amount, because you know today 1 gram we have to buy, we have to spend almost 4,000 plus, but we can't do it every month. But same thing we are able to do it in for a small amount, like I have to invest into 500 rupees in the gold. Yes, it is possible. How you can do that? You can do by purchasing a e-gold, that is a gold in the form of electronic. So we are speaking about ETF, gold exchange traded fund. That means gold is trading as a certificate, that is a shares in the stock exchanges. So gold pieces are available. So one can spend monthly 500 rupees to purchase this gold. Okay, so it's a gold piece. It's NSE. The gold pieces are available. So for the it's the same how the physical gold price will move. Based upon that, the return will be there. These kind of exchange trade gold funds. Okay, so next one. Yeah, every one of us, we are having the different risk profile. Somebody, they are okay, they are risk taker, they are young in age, they can go and invest into the equities, they can go and invest into the real estate oriented funds, they can make the money into the gold. So somebody, they are risk, they don't want to take any kind of risk. Okay, they will go with the public provident fund, savings account deposit, or liquid fund in the mutual fund. So these are all the asset classes. So today I'm just addressing to the youngster. So I hope you can able to understand. So what is the major importance in the investing into the equities, investing into the mutual fund, okay, NPS, okay, Okay, all these are all the basic things one should possess in each one of us packets. So I hope you can understand the necessity of converting your savings into the proper investment. So last, we are coming to the capital, the opportunities in the capital market. So there are a lot of opportunities are available in the capital market. You can invest into the mutual, you can go to the website of mutual fund industries and go to the website of mutual fund. There are 30 plus fund houses are available in India. All they are doing a direct recruitment. There are a lot of investment banker, broking companies are there, housing finance companies are there. All they are doing the direct recruitment. So by visiting these companies' website, you can able to tap the current openings under the career column. Or not, you can directly visit to the capitalmarket.com. Here there are paid internship are available under this financial market related paid internship and career opportunities. If anybody you are planning to join in future, that's capital market related companies, so you can enrich your knowledge. Okay, you can enrich your knowledge by doing a certification courses, so that available under the NISM website. Okay, so I hope every one of you can get a little knowledge about what is savings, what is investment, where you can do, and what are the basic insurance product you can able to do it. So finally, I want to tell thank to my training partner. It is Pakandi and Gayatri Joshi, who are all who is supporting back to organizing these kind of webinar. And finally, I would like to thank all my dear students who are part of with me with this session. The session is open for discussion. You might ask your queries.
Yeah, here in chat box, mom, one of the girl, what are the benefits of education policy and what are the losses at the time of Corona time? She's asking like that. Educational policies through these anything it will be there.
Education policy of is speaking about new education policy or
I think no, ma'am. Financially, they will get educational loans and everything. Now, there is all the things are also to be available in this Corona time or not like that. She's asking maybe. I think.
what are the benefits of education policy and what are the laws under the time of Corona? So, if in terms of loan, if you are asking me about it, yes, there is a loss to the loan taker only. I will speak because though they are providing like loan moratorium and all, again the interest is burdened with the people who borrowed the money. They have to pay the extra income to the delayed payment. Okay, that would be the loss to the people only. That is only the way I can. It's not only for that whatever the loan we skipped. That EMI because of loan moratorium, that extra interest we have to bear as a borrower.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Yeah, girls, any questions, ma? Other students? Ma'am, I have one question. As here recently we are getting that NPS accounts like that, that banks through we are getting that messages, ma'am. You can go for invest to the 50,000. It will be coming to the tax concession for ATDC like that. It's coming. It's benefit, ma'am. It's truly how much it will be.
Yes, ma'am, you can just, as I told, bank FD, very less rate of return, 5.5%. You can go other fixed income securities like which is available in post office and the bank. It's 7%. NPS is providing more than 10% of return, and also it's a government initiation, ma'am. Okay, you see the pension. Actually, the pension authority India, it is established for the government employee. Long back it is existing, but a very recent initiative is it is the government has to reach this pension scheme benefit to the all the people. So they are started with the NPS, National Pension System. Okay, it's for the taxpayers and all. For them it is for the what the amount is saved under the NPS, tax exemption will be there under the ATC. And long term also, it's a 10%. So more than 10% is a growth rate now. It's benefited, ma'am. I'm personally, I'm doing, ma'am. That is my the thing.
Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes.
Students, any questions, ma? I hope you all are understood all the investment policies. Now, I would like to request N. Ramya, ma'am, Assistant Professor AMSOE, give vote of thanks to ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, once again, good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, is my voice audible?
Yes, ma'am, it's audible.
Yeah. Yeah, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. It's my privilege and honor to propose vote of thanks on behalf of management, staff, and students of AMSOI. I thank our today's guest speaker, Dr. P. K. Karthika, SEBI resource person, NCFE trainer, Erode, Tamil Nadu, for accepting our invitation in spite of your busy schedule, ma'am. I thank our director, ma'am, for organizing such an interactive guest lecture. Dr. P. Karthika, ma'am, thank you for such an insightful and informative session. And you have brought awareness to all of us in making investments in different areas and different government schemes and information about mutual funds. Thank you so much, ma'am.